Okay, hi, welcome everyone. Welcome to C4 Explosive Networking, where we meet to connect, collaborate, contribute, and celebrate. We are here twice a month, every Tuesday, first and third Tuesday of the month from 12 to 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I started saying Eastern Standard Time because now we've got people kind of looking into C4 and hopping on and all from different parts of the country. And we even have a couple of people from different parts of the world. There's a couple of people joining us from the UK, not today, but soon. Um, so it's just kind of exciting how we're growing. As you guys know, Rick and I took a cross country trip. So it was really fun to like meet people and tell them, as long as you've got a business that can happen online or over borders and things like that, which a lot of us have had to do through the recent past couple of years, then this is a great place to come together and be together. So I'm just going to go over a couple of things, although some of us are veterans. There are a few new faces and new people. Welcome. I'm so excited to see you. So you guys, C4 is it's a place to come together. I've been networking for, going on 20 years or something. And I love networking. I think it's such an efficient way to connect and get to know each other and really share gifts and all that good stuff. But I found there are different ways of connecting. None of them are wrong, by the way. We've got great networking groups where people, do the real quick giving their 30-second spiel and passing cards and things like that. And then, other things where there are events and all. And C4 actually used to be an in-person event until COVID. And then we started doing this on Zoom. But here I like to focus on creating relationships and really getting to know each other as people besides what we do for a living. So just to go over a few things, I'm going to go over some announcements and all. I want you guys, when it comes time to do introductions, I want you guys to share. I don't do a timer or anything. I don't believe in like that, but I want you guys to share, but keep an eye on the time. There's a few of us here and we all need time to share. So I always say, take up to 2 minutes and just keep an eye on your time and just be kind of, thoughtful of people getting enough time to share. So I'll call you guys out to share. And that's when you can tell us a little bit about yourself, tell us a little bit about your business, if it's a business, or just something you're passionate about, if you're here to share that, something that makes you different or something that excites you about what you do, that you love about what you do. And definitely, we want to hear something personal, something about your family, who you are, what makes you tick, what your passions are. So, if you can get all that into 2 minutes, that'd be awesome. Also, right now, we've got our website under construction, but you guys can reach us on our Facebook page. We also have a YouTube channel where all of these recorded meetings are there. And so also, you guys in the chat, put all your personal information there. So any ways that we can contact you, all your social media links, things like that, so we can get in touch with you and we can reach each other. Because you guys, listen, C4 is here. It's here twice a month. It's here for you guys to connect and get together. But really the magic happens, right? And I know you guys, all you networkers, you diehard networkers out there, the fortune's in the follow-up, right? It's about connecting outside of the meetings. It's about having those one-on-ones and connecting on social media, friending each other, and, liking and commenting and sharing and really uplifting the community. So that's super, super important. So I think I've pretty much covered those things. I want to go over a couple of announcements. We are, so like I said, definitely put all your information into the chat, okay? Couple of things to go over. So we are on Zoom for now. We are gonna hopefully do a couple of in-person things as we move through the summer and the fall. Rick and I are hoping to be up and down from the DMV over the next month or two. So we're looking towards that, but I'll keep you posted on that. I want to just tell you guys before we get started with introductions, because two people are on this call. Danielle Ellington is here and Pastor Shirley Lamont. Maria Donnelly, who's also here. Maria and I had the honor, we were privileged. We just had the most amazing couple of days with Conquering Women's Ministries. Pastor Shirley Lamont is the pastor for that ministry, and Danielle is the organizer. They had a 2-day retreat up in Delaware. Maria and I got to go. Maria and I were speaking on their wellness, on the wellness side, Maria with breathing and breath, and me with wellness and protocols to, be in your best health. And it was just the most uplifting, loving, empowering couple of days where women came together and really, really held each other up, showed a lot of love, connected. I can't say enough. I mean, I just can't say enough about what Pastor Shirley is doing to help women and the power of prayer and community and love. And it was just so amazing. So I definitely am looking forward to them both speaking, Danielle and Pastor Shirley, and just telling a little bit about, and also what Pastor Shirley is doing to help her community and the community at large. So I'm just so excited to have you both here, and I know Maria is too. So there's that. And another thing, I've got a really dear friend of Rick and mine who we are supporting. He's doing his 100-mile bike race for support of children and young adults dealing with autism. That's our friend Carlos Morales. Blaze, I think you've been in touch with him. So it's getting close to that. We're getting to like that time. We really want to try and support him. So I'll make sure to get a link in the chat. So you guys, if you guys are so compelled to do so, I'm going to be promoting him quite a bit over the next couple of weeks. Okay. And yeah, I think we're going to get started on introductions. Once we get through the introductions, guys, I'm going to have a kind of speaking panel here on the power of networking. It's important. It's what we do. And I know there's a couple of key people here who can talk solidly on it. And I just want to talk about some, we were just all at a great event together in Maryland, in Eldersburg. Ted was there and Bernie was there, and so and Nick was there. So yeah, so I wanna talk about, we'll kind of have a little discussion about that, but let's get started on our introductions. And let me see, I want a season. So like I said, just share fully, keep an eye on the time, but we want to hear about you. Blaze, I want you to hit it off because you're one of my veterans. So you go first.
All right. Great to see everybody. Blaze Nealon, the cycling advisor. I put in the chat my information. My passion is helping educate families, small business owners, self-employed across the U.S. with the most affordable health coverage, be it a major medical plan, if they're leaving their group plan, if they're going through a divorce, if they're between jobs. I've got options for everybody. Just spoke with someone in North Carolina this morning, a contractor, builder. His son's looking for coverage. He's turning 26. What else is going on? A lot. the most important thing I want to announce today, I'm going to start a series of local bike rides in Central Maryland for beginners to advanced. It's going to be a real simple bike ride. So mark your calendar, connect with me on Facebook at Blaze Nealon. June 11th, Saturday morning, probably 9:30, 10, leisurely 2-3 hour ride on the C&O Canal out of Brunswick, Maryland. Each month I'm going to try to pick a different section of the C&O or somewhere that's very easy to ride. You can use any kind of bike, and we'll come back and probably have a beer at Smoketown Brewery or pizza or whatever there. There's a shop next door. So I'm going to start this series, try to run it through the summer, at least once a month, and do it as a networking thing too, and try to get people out to do the ride and have fun. So that's what's happening right now. I just got back from a week-long trip to Georgia, stopped in Nashville, was in North Carolina, Louisville, Kentucky. Saw a lot of accidents in Louisville. I guess that's what happens when you're drinking bourbon all day. It was dangerous. Ivan was going down the road the wrong way, and I wasn't even drinking that day. But but it was just great to meet all kinds of neat people. Spend a day fishing with my son in Georgia. He's doing great, and great to see everybody. Thanks.
Awesome, Blaze. Hey, that sounds amazing. The bike rides. How come just Maryland? Why not Virginia too? Because
Well, I might do Virginia too. I know bike ride all around the Mid-Atlantic, so I got to figure out what's going to be good. But I'm going to start on the C&O because that's a nice local location, easy ride, and really pretty along the river. You see bald eagles, blue heron, deer, all kinds of stuff. It's fun.
Awesome. Yeah, and we spoke about a networking ride last year, so we're overdue on that. So that's super exciting. We'll definitely have to get on that. Sounds wonderful. Okay, let's see. Maria, you want to go next?
Hello, everyone. And it's good to see everybody again. And excuse I'm moving, I'm packing. So I did not get dressed for this call. I spoke with Tasha again with the Pastor Shirley and at Danielle's event. Had such a great time. And I'm a certified Buteyko method practitioner. I help people heal their mind, body, and spirit through the power of functional breathing. Our breath is the first thing you take when you leave the womb, and it's the last thing when you leave this earth. And so how you breathe in between directly impacts your physical health, your mental clarity, and your emotional balance. And so I help people reestablish functional breathing and heal through that. And something personal, I think I already shared it. I am trying to get out of this house by the end of the month and running ragged. So moving to Florida here in the next couple months to get my master's in clinical counseling and with a focus on cognitive therapy and temperament therapy to really help people deal with emotional traumas along with the breath work.
Awesome. Okay, great. And I'm on my way up after this meeting. I jump in my car for 3.5 hours to get up to Maria so we can make some more magic. Awesome. So, okay. Shay, happy Shay. Oh my gosh, we are overdue, girl. We need to get on a phone call.
Well, it's good to see you and everybody, Maria, Danielle. Glad to see you. Got to catch up with my girl. But it's good to see everybody. I'm Shay Cook, CEO and founder of Crusaders for Change. And what we really do is help people through financial counseling, coaching, classes, and consulting, helping them get out of debt, improve their credit, save, and much more, looking at the behavior behind money, looking at money traumas, money mindsets, and then dealing with the accountability on the coaching side, looking at the values and aligning those with the goals. A lot going on in the business. Growth is crazy, but thank you, God, for all of it. We have a retreat as well coming up in July, July 22nd to 24th, the Dreamers and Doers retreat for women, bringing women together, small group, 12 ladies with our staff to just talk about faith, family, friends, finances, fitness, and fun. So I'll put that information in the chat. And then we also launched on May 5th, our 6-year anniversary, celebrating that still too. Very grateful to God for that. Yahweh's money, the crossroads of religion and money. So looking at how the cross sections is pretty much says what it is, what we say it is. Looking at money and religion, we've had episodes on tithing and grateful, or I can't remember all the titles. There's so much. We were just recording this weekend with somebody in the UK, somebody in Portugal, and then somebody in Hawaii on many different topics within religion, not just looking at Christianity, looking at Judaism, looking at Hinduism, Buddhism, looking at Islam and how that intersects with money. So we're having great conversations. I'm just grateful to God that I'm following that he gave me years ago, actually following that gift and moving forward with that. So that's really exciting. So I'll put all that in the chat. And then personally, I don't know, it's just been a crazy time right now. So just need prayers from everybody. Just a lot going on still with family and health and just craziness. But daughter's moving home from college and next year she'll be a senior. So I can't believe it went by that fast. So thank you.
Thank you, Shay. Yes, it does go by super fast for sure. Yeah, we've got them all graduating at this point. So yeah, cool. That retreat sounds super amazing too. So yeah, so like I said, I'll be driving in a couple hours. So since Ted's busy, I'll give you a shout. Hey, Ted, why don't you go next?
Cool. Thank you very much, Natasha. And it was great seeing you a week and a half ago at the mega event. Donna Kunson was there. So it was just great to kind of connect in person. So for those that don't know me, I'm Ted with Rated Trades Media Group. I am basically a digital consultant. And what I do is I take a look at what does your online presence look like? You know, right now there's 3.5 billion searches going on Google every single day. We all are using it, whether it's for recipes, whether it's for how to do something, whether it's to buy a new product, check out shoes, it doesn't matter. We're checking on Google. So if that's the case, what does your footprint look like? What does your business show up as? Do you have reviews? Do you have backlinks to your website? How's your branding? All these things matter when it comes to the different rankings in those searches. So I try to help with that. COVID kind of threw us all backwards for a little bit. We've created new programs that make this super, super affordable. We want to get as many solopreneurs, entrepreneurs listed as possible. The days of just being big business is gone. It's a lot of us smaller businesses that are getting out there now and getting that exposure. So if I can help you with that, or teach you a few things of all the different types of marketing, I'd be happy to do a one-to-one and just kind of go over where does things stand for you. So with that, personally, I don't do a lot of personal stuff anymore. But anyway, we had tickets last week for 2 weeks ago for the Orioles, and it got rained out. So we're going again this Saturday. So we'll be going to the Oriole game. And tonight there's another networking group, Link Networking. We're going down to Bowie. So I'll be down your way a little bit to see the Bowie Bay Sox play.
Awesome.
And that's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a super fun networking event we were all at. So that was great. Let's see. How about my husband? Will you go next, Mr. Rick Whedon?
Absolutely. Sorry about that. Absolutely. I'm on a iPad, so it's kind of messed up. But listen, first I want to I'm so grateful for Danielle and Pastor Shirley. My wife came back fired up. She's really, really excited about that opportunity and the impact. And I'm sure Maria is as well, just having an opportunity to impact women. And so for those people who are out there who have women's groups and women opportunities, I'm sure Maria and Tasha would sign up for more if they can. And I have a passion for men. So men love to get together with men and just talk about concepts and ideas around health and wellness that are so vital. So I'm part of Wealth Through Wellness with my beautiful wife, Tasha. And again, we're grateful for everybody showing up on the C4. And I'll tell you something about networking as I end, don't let me forget, and my personal story. But we're passionate about empowering people with awareness and information that can change their lives, that can really, really impact them physically and financially. And that's what we're about. We're driven to help people as much as possible. And just to illustrate this by a story, I'm sure everybody would, if you could put $5 a day into knowing that you're bolstering your immune system, would that be of value to know about that? I mean, would anybody shake hands, nods, hands up? Would that be of value to people? Absolutely, right? So let me illustrate that with a story. So a reputable oncologist and researcher who's worked with Sir John Vane, who won the Nobel Peace Prize in enzymatic processes and health and wellness. He worked with him. His name is Dr. Marco Ruggiero. And he did a study that he published in the Lancet magazine, and the Lancet Medical Journal, I'm sorry, a very reputable journal 20 plus years ago, where he had 40 patients that he split up into 20 on one side, 20 on the other. These people had stage 4 cancers, all the worst cancers, liver, brain, leukemia, all the worst stuff you could think of. And what he did was he wanted to test a theory. So 20 people received just kind of a vegan-based, healthy-based diet that most of us would think that that's what we should eat. The other 20 received 60% protein, some of which was whey protein, 20% carbs, and 20% good fats. The 20 group who got the so-called good food, unfortunately, died, all of them, within a year. The 20 who were on the protein, including the whey-based protein, and the 20% good fats and carbs, lived, 80% of them, 6+ years later. So we're here to just make people aware that there's so much misinformation out there about dieting, exercise, what's good, what's a good diet and lifestyle, what's nutritious. And we don't have all the answers, but we have some really, really good ones. So part of what we really want to do is just impart that information on people and let them know that the immune system is important, especially in a pandemic era time. So if you knew that you could bolster that immune system, what would you do? And we have some of those answers. So let me answer that personal question about networking. Some of you may know this already, but some of you don't. Here's how powerful networking is. I met my wife at a networking event. So you can have a lot of great outcomes business-wise, creating new friends and family, which many of you are based upon the C4 relationship, but you can also meet that special person you want to spend the rest of your life with, even through the ups and downs of life. So that's my personal story, and thanks, babe, for C4 again.
Thank you. That's awesome. You're funny. Okay, yeah, networking events can be quite the place to meet people, actually, on all levels, right? So yeah, it's always fun and a very kind of a, you know, an authentic, just cool way of, you know, forming relationships, which is what we do, why we're here and what we're doing, why we're doing it. So let's see. So Nick, do you kind of get the hang of it? It's not rocket science.
Yeah, I think I can handle it.
I think you can.
Sounds good. Well, hello guys. My name is Nicholas Cavell. I am a residential mortgage lending officer with Meridian Bank Mortgage. I am extremely passionate about helping people through the process of getting a mortgage to purchase a home. So with that being said, there's a lot of complicated things that go on through that process. And working with people, just educating them through the process, finding the right product for you, that is something that I enjoy doing. Another thing that I do with networking is I love to connect with other people. I like to get to know people on a personal level and see how I can best help you build your business while I'm also doing the same. I am huge in treating people like people. I am a positivity junkie, constantly reading Zig Ziglar, anything that I can get my hands on to be motivated and just giving back to the community. So, and if you guys know of any community service oriented activities, I would love to connect and do them with you. Nick with Meridian Mortgage. Thank you.
Awesome, Nick. Anything personal?
Personal, got a lot of stuff going on. Got some weddings coming up.
Very cool.
Pretty much I'm just dumping a lot of time into work, and I need to start getting a little healthier too. So
Well, it was great meeting you at the event that day. And I know you and Rick had a great call. So I know we're going to be in touch and share more. So welcome. Really happy to have you here.
thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Awesome. Sean, welcome. Another new face. And Sean is here as a referral from Philip Day, which Rick, I know you know Philip. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm here with a whole bunch of nothing but ears. I think networking is good, but yeah, I just wanted to. I've been working as a program manager for the last 20 years, and considering that Phil is with marketing, and he turned me on to Brian Lobig. I wanted to see how I could break into marketing, whether it's digital marketing, and actually work towards something that I actually studied in. So I wanted to see how I could break into that market from an entry-level perspective and start gaining some experience, on the job experience, as to how I could adventure into marketing and start doing something with the rest of my working career that I actually enjoy and that I am interested in, instead of pushing government contracts. I'm not complaining about it. It gave me a lot of experience, but it's just, I'm looking to redirect my career and do something that I actually enjoy or that I want to do. And the marketing field is very interesting to me. While I know money and numbers rule the world, but it's actually the science behind the people that actually drive that money. So getting in and understanding those things and working in this industry that actually researches and digests that type of information is something that I want to get into. So any way that I could fit in or help somebody in doing that industry, please reach out to me. And again, I'm entry level, but I'll work hard and I'll understand and I'm willing to learn. And I think that's half the battle. From a personal perspective, I'm a big walker. I enjoy walking around, and that bike ride sounds very nice. I don't know about after a few breweries, because I like to, they go down fast sometimes. So, but yeah, that's from a personal level. That's it. We got baseball. It's baseball season. I got 2 kids in baseball, so every weekend it's at least 2 baseball games. So thank you. Nice to see all of you.
That's so great, Sean. It's nice to get to know you, and we got to get to know you more. Just a couple of things you touched on. Okay, so Rick and I have a son who's baseball, so that's we definitely have that there. And I think Blaze is going to have us ride the bikes before the beers.
Yes. I never drink before I ride. Beer is optional.
Keep your mind on that one, right? Yeah, for sure. But you know what? That's kind of one of the things of this. I tell people when they come on, you know, whether you've got a business to talk about, or you're just here to meet people, or you're just here to see if there's something new or somewhere you can connect. You know, we have this one life to live. And if we're not doing what makes us happy, it's not good. It's just, I mean, it's so not good. So I love that you're here just to get to know people and all. There's some great people on this call, I mean, who are really amazing connectors. My husband being one of them. Kurt Kowalski just joined the call from vacation. He's awesome. So he's definitely someone you got to talk to. Ted Gill, you know, and we're just all here kind of for that reason. Like, how can we serve? How can we help? So please stay with us, and we'd love to get to know you better. I know I'm going to set up a one-on-one with you and Rick and I, so we can see how we can support you more. But welcome.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Connie, hi Connie. How are you? Our entrepreneur, grandmapreneur extraordinaire.
Hi. Well, it's so nice to be here. I always have so many meetings I'm going to. I'm trying to promote my business. So I'm a grandmapreneur, and the emphasis is on grandma. But I'm also kind of equally an entrepreneur. And my new business, has anybody have you lost a parent or grandparent and wish that you had asked them more questions about their life before they left? Well, I know that's a very common problem. So I don't want that to be you. So I help people write their life story before it's too late. Or if you have somebody who's getting older and they want to write their life story, I call it Write Your Selfie. And I help them write their memoir, their memory book in 6 weeks. And it's a really fun process because it's not really like a 200 to 400 page memoir. It's mainly based on pictures. It's like a scrapbook, but it has captions on it, and it also has about your ancestry, so you will know where you came from. And so that's what I'm doing now. It's called Write Your Selfie.
That's awesome. For those of you who are just meeting Connie, she's amazing. We met her quite a few years ago now, and Connie's been a professor at University of Maryland for many, many years, and then came out of retirement to become an entrepreneur and had the Tip and Split, which was a wonderful little gadget. There it is. Yep, we've got a couple in the house that you use to figure out your tips and splitting your restaurant bills and things like that. And now Selfie, which is such a great idea, Connie, because I know, having lost my parents and grandparents, and Rick just lost his mom a couple of months ago. It's like, you're like, oh, should have asked more, should have had more, like just those stories that you want to
This is my book that I wrote.
Oh, wow.
Because I want my grandkids to know all about me before I'm gone.
Yes.
And so I gave it to them. I saw 3 of my grandkids in California 1 month ago, and they went through this book. It's all based on pictures. It's like pictures with captions. It's about my family and my ancestors. And my grandchildren in California are ages 10, 8, and 6. They went through my book and they asked me a question about every page. And they read the book in 1 hour, less than 1 hour. We talked about it.
It's a great idea. It's a great, you know what? The only thing I came close to was when in my first year of dating Rick, this was 10 years ago, I got this crazy kooky idea, and obviously I had a lot of time on my hands, but I created a photo album of all of our text messages of the first year of or maybe the first 6 months of our relationships. And I named it Falling in Love by Text Message. And it was all our first pictures and first text messages that we wrote to each other.
That's great.
So that was like the closest thing, but I'm like such a sap and about pictures and memories and things like that. So I love it. I love that idea.
Thank you.
Thanks, Connie. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So I want to, Danielle or Pastor Shirley, who would like to go first? I'd like you guys to go one after the other, but Pastor Shirley, would you like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. So good to be here. I'm so happy to be here. And Natasha, thank you for inviting me to come. And we had an awesome weekend this weekend with Natasha and with Miss Maria. And at my Conquering Women, me, myself, and I love her retreat. It was as my kids would say, off the chain. Oh my gosh. Yes, indeed. Conquering Women, we are a group, we are a Christian organization and for women, and not just for women, but for young girls, for teenagers, for females. And we are a Christian organization that we believe in strengthening and educating, inspiring women in whatever they're doing, encouraging. And that is my heart. I'm the founder of Conquering Women, and I am so excited that God has trusted me with it. And we are looking to do outreach. Our most recent outreach that we're planning right now is in August. We'll be doing backpack giveaways and gifts. And what that gift is, usually, you know, everyone gives the kids back school supplies. We'll be doing that. But also, we wanted to put something else to it. And we'll be giving T-shirts, toothpaste, toothbrushes, socks, whatever the children may need to get them started going back to school. So if you all are interested in donating, please. Danielle also, she's our administrator. She's my ear. She's my will. She's my, she puts all my thoughts together. And she is excellent in doing just that. And so she put our Facebook page out there on the chat, and I'm hoping that she also put our email address as well. Something personal. I'm a grandmother of 8. I'm a pastor of Life Changing Worship Center, pastor of Conquering Women, pastor of Moms Overcoming Their Mountains. And I love families, but women, females is my calling. And I understand that. And I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. So look us up on Facebook and you'll see us. Thank you, Natasha.
Oh, Shirley, thank you so much. We just had such a wonderful time, and you are such an empowering, uplifting human being and messenger, really. So just really happy to know you. And Danielle, okay, guys, y'all, some of you know Danielle, and we know her as photographer, and we know her as, you know, a virtual assistant, but I saw her in action this weekend, guys. Seriously, this woman, Danielle, I tell you, hats off, really. Hats off, girl. She had the whole thing. She really did run this thing. And, you know, mishaps happened and everything, but she either rolled with it, rolled over it, or made it, you know, fixed it. And it was just absolutely amazing. I'm so just in awe of you, Danielle.
Oh, thank you so much, Natasha. So like Natasha said, you may know me as doing as your photographer. So I run a business called I Am What I Am Images. I am a empowerment photographer. So I'm here to help you bring your brand to the next level. And that includes photography, that includes your branding, products, getting your social media up and ready, getting all your products up, that it just takes it up to the next level. So I'm here to work with you, to help you in the administrative side, as well as in the photography side. Again, I also work with Prophetess Shirley Lamont with her ministry as well. She had a vision, and I helped her get that vision up to the next level. So if you're looking for someone to really just motivate you, to empower you, to push you, you have ideas, you don't know where to go, I'm your girl. So my information is in the chat. Please reach out, and thank you so much again.
Yeah, and Danielle's got cheerleaders here that can tell you she's the girl. So lots of good referrals and kudos for Danielle. Thanks, sweetie. Awesome. Okay. Trin, hi Trin, how are you doing?
Hello, Natasha and everyone. I'm so happy to be here. So I am Trin. I'm so grateful that Kenny Salzman introduced me to Natasha and Rick in this group. It's such a empowering group, and I love that you all just love and support each other. So my full-time work is I am the brand ambassador for a company which is Serpro of Rockville only. We do fire, water, mold cleanup and restoration. And I am also with a BNI networking group. So I know some of you, like Brian Lobig, someone mentioned Brian, he's in
We
my
all
chapter.
know Brian.
Yeah, so he's in my chapter. And something personal, I don't think a lot of people know that I am a kind of a semi-retired news journalist. I had been a newspaper writer and editor for like, oh gosh, over 25 years, you know, so, but I still do some writing in the DMV, real estate writing. So that is something I love. I've always loved writing. And so that is it. I'm just happy to be here and get to know all of you here today. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely to have you, Trin. I so enjoy following you on Facebook. You always put such like really uplifting and cheerful posts and all your flowers and all that good stuff. So it's always fun when we meet people through networking and all, and then you actually connect with them, and then you're having the one-on-ones and you become friends on Facebook and you kind of like see their lives and all. It's so cool, isn't it? Like
It is.
what
And
technology allows us to do, look into people's life a little bit more.
yeah, so
Not
I
in a stalker way, but you know, in a nice way.
yeah, that's how I really enjoy yours and Rick's trip out west recently. Well, pretty much kind of across our country, and that was such a great way to get to know you more.
Oh yeah, thanks, Trin. And you know, full disclosure, I need to get back on it. As far as Facebook's concerned, we're still in California, so we still have to make that trip back. So I need to catch up a little bit, but thank you. Bernie, hi Bernie. We met Bernie at that great event that Kurt and Doug ran in Eldersburg. That's right. Welcome.
Tasha, it's good to see you again, and it's good to see all of you. I'm not selling anything. My business is politics, and the reason I'm doing this is all those deaths in Baltimore. I live in Elkridge, 20 minutes away, in a very nice, comfortable community, one of the nicest communities in the entire United States. However, 20 minutes away from me, there's 300 people dying of violence every year, and as long as I've been here. And I've got 34 years in the federal government, 21 years as an Air Force officer, and another 13 as a DOD civilian. My last job in January was 3 doors down from the Secretary of Homeland Security. Saw him every day. So the issue of the day is I felt like I could do something about this. So I quit my job and I am running for Congress. And if any of you are in District 2, please, please, please think about me, voting for me and that sort of thing. And but the issue of the day is, am I my brother's keeper? Well, yes, I am. And a lot of us don't take Baltimore seriously. There's a lot of violence, and I'm there often. And what I see, outside of the Inner Harbor is not something that I like, and I believe that I can do something about it. So that's what I'm doing, and please spread the word.
Bernie, that's awesome. And it doesn't matter if they're in your district or not, because we all know people who know people who know people, and that's the beautiful thing about networking, right?
Thank you.
So, and it was really good to meet you. I really enjoyed talking to you. I know Rick is looking forward to having a chat with you as well. And yeah, I think it's great. And just to step out of something like, government and, doing that and taking on something as heart-driven and so powerful says a lot, because not many people will do that.
Well, I appreciate that.
Getting out of your comfort zone is really uncomfortable, but it's where the magic is. So I really commend you for that.
In truth, I feel like a used car salesman, but the issue of the day is, last Friday I was in Greektown and a friend of mine who was a supporter took me into some of the back alleys and it didn't feel like America. And when we're sending literally billions of dollars to continue to make war on people that are not our allies, that's not good. That money needs to be spent here. And, again, I've seen enough of the military industrial complex to understand that I never want anybody to go to war again. I've been there, done that. And I don't want our children to have to go, but war is the most profitable business on the planet. And those of us who are in the middle class that are comfortable, we need to understand what our tax dollars are being used for. I got a chance to see that up close and I want to change it. So enough said.
I love it. I love it. And we need more of that in our political arenas anyway. We need more of coming together and doing things for the right reasons. So enough said on that too. That's not good.
If I can add, I just like to say that, selling, I think you do sell, you sell ideas, you sell concepts. And I think that's what we need to understand about selling is that if we're selling from our heart and we're selling from the passion that drives us, then it's truly not selling. It's more of an education awareness of sharing concepts that people may gravitate to. But we're always selling something.
You're right. You're right.
But I love the passion too, like Tasha.
It's so
Coming from
funny.
the heart.
Someone said that to me about selling. I was making something about selling. They said that, when you met your husband, that was the biggest sale of your life. We're all selling. So anyway, no, I'm really happy to meet you, Bernie, and look forward to getting to know more about what you're doing and how we can support you, for sure.
Thank you so much.
Michaela, how are you?
I am doing amazing. Thank you so much, Natasha. Hi, everybody. I'm Michaela Pierre-Louis, and I work for Prince George's Credit Union. I'm right there in Belleville. So we service Prince George's. Anybody who work, leave, worship, or volunteer are welcome to just come and be a member. So our goal and my passion is to really help everyone to get better with their finances. We either help you get out of it or help you get better or just, strategize so you can find a way to save and just help your family. So this is really our greatest gift here. We are open every day, except on Sunday, but we are here. And I have met Natasha before, and I really like this group. I used to be at GBBA, and now I'm with C4. So it's really a nice group, and I see it's very well diversified. So I really like that. Hopefully, we'll be able to meet face-to-face soon. I couldn't, unfortunately, be at the event last week or 2 weeks ago. But it is really amazing to see how people can grow and help them with their finances, because other than financing and good health, that's life. We need all that to live. Now, on a personal note, my son is turning 20 this year, so I officially don't have any more babies. So that kind of hurt because they are adults in a way. I still want him to be a baby. So it's just nice to see them. So now I'm just praying for them to be in the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel your pain with that, wanting them to be babies again in a big way.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's very hard.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very hard. Thanks, Michaela. And
Thank
yes, you're right. Looking forward to doing more in-person events and all. It was so amazing being at the Eldersburg event. Kurt, you're here on your vacation. You're such a dedicated and wonderful friend, but it was, seeing you that day was so great. Seeing you, Ted, Nick, Bernie, but you said something to me that day. It was like, we all are so grateful for Zoom because it did keep us connected through that time when we couldn't be, right? And it really was a way for people to get to meetings when they couldn't physically be there. But there is just something about that in-person connection.
Mhm.
And that is just, it's, you can't put a price on it, really. So Kurt, welcome, my friend, join us.
Hi, Tasha. How
Hi.
are you?
Good.
Yeah, I'm coming you from beautiful Roanoke, Virginia, sitting here in my my RV. I wish I could step out and show you this beautiful landscape here where I am. And you're right, technology has really changed our lives, and of course the whole COVID episode really forced us, you know, in a survival mode in order to you know, and so many people unfortunately drew the short straw. I mean, some people, thankfully, like me and a few others, you know, you have the long straw and you were able to pivot and find a place where you could survive. But many of us didn't, and it was a really difficult time. And I said to you, and if it wasn't for Zoom, I probably, I just, it's hard to imagine how I would have made it, you know. So thank goodness for the world we live in today and the technology it provides us for opportunity, and so many other things. I've been saying that about modern medicine too, how it's changed people's lives and we don't even realize it. I was just exchanging some information. Sterling Hoffman, do you know Sterling, the photographer? He's going through a little bit of a health challenge right now. It's amazing. And, you know, we all really need to be thankful. And there's so many great positive people on this call today. You know, the things that people are saying is really touching my heart, and seeing the smiles and the positivity and you know, people new in business, people have been around forever. I see several Team Network members here on the call, and it's just, you know, you wanted me to come on because we're going to be talking about networking, and I said, I'm on vacation. My schedule's not my own. I'm around family, grandkids. I said, I really don't think I can get on, but if I can, I will try, and I'll try to pop on. And, you know, one of the things about networking is that probably the number one rule is showing up. You know, if I was going to give any advice, showing up is number one on the list. And you know, second is doing what you say you're going to do. You know, you start building a reputation in the local community by, you know, your actions, your words, your follow through, your interest in doing the right thing, trying to help people, and being there when you're needed. You know, networking really starts with your own reputation in the community, in the circles that you run in. And I can't emphasize that enough, because if you aren't following through, if you're not doing what you say you're going to do, people won't refer you. I mean, you know, you're spinning your wheels if you're an unreliable person. If you're not good at what you do, if you're not on top of your game. And that's the kind of thing, you know, when you come into networking, you have to think of this as a long-term play. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. It's a long-term trudging on, you know, and sometimes when you're not feeling like it and showing up anyway, coming to the meeting with something valuable to share, you know, that's the whole process. And then developing the kinds of relationships that become mutually beneficial, and trying to reach out to others. You know, BNI, the whole givers gain attitude is really what has made that organization, and coming into it and trying to help others first. And I could probably speak for an hour about all the different ways that make networking work, but I think starting with yourself, doing what you say you're going to do, showing up, following through, trying to help others, doing the right thing. That's the essence of networking.
I think, you know what? I saw I was looking through some things the other day, and the 4 agreements came up, you know, that book by Don Miguel Ruiz, right? And the 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. I was like, wow, that's networking. I mean, it's life, but it's really also, you know, that? And
Well, yeah, as I say, if you don't show integrity in who you are and what you stand for, and several people talked about being passionate about things. It's you can say that, but the walk has got to be there with it, or people just won't, they won't connect with you, and they won't go out of their way to tell people about you, because their own, if they have that kind of attitude about their own lives, what they say to others means something. And if you're going to refer someone, in many ways you're in many ways you're referring yourself. So you can't force that. That has to be earned.
And that's also, I think, where people are connecting and all. And guys, please, raise hands, or if you have something to add and all this. Definitely, I wanted Kurt to be on here because I do believe him to be one of the goats of networking. So, but it's definitely open conversation for this. But also, I find that people, when you're out there networking, and I try and do this a lot, is I want to really connect with people and see who they are and all, and then how they respond to either other people, maybe people I've connected to them. Are they showing up? Are they following up? Or is it just crickets? There's that aspect of it too, that sometimes is disheartening, because you go to these networking events like the one we were at in Eldersburg. You take a whole bunch of make contacts, conversations, this, that, and the other, and then you do the follow-up. And honestly, I'll tell you, from that event, and I think I had about 25 it was, things. I think I reconnected and caught back up with 4. I mean, that I reached out to everybody, but crickets for, and I wonder what's happening with those folks. Are they not feeling what they're feeling about what they're doing? Or, I don't know, maybe you've got insight on it. Ted might have some thoughts.
Yeah, well, the reason I'm here is because I think of you as a goat. A greatest of all time networker, and I have so much respect for you. And that's, again, it sort of comes back to that theme, of integrity and doing what you say you're going to do. And I could have just said, hey, I'll be on if I can, and not really mean it, but it was hard to get on here today, because there's things I could be doing, but you're important to me, and the people who aren't following up with you are foolish, because you are a connector and you are always trying to help people. And, those are the people I love surrounding myself with.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks, Kurt.
And it might be good for me to introduce myself. Some of the folks might not know.
Yes, please do.
So anyway, just in 30 seconds or less. My name is Kurt Kowalski. I'm the president and founder of Team Network. And I started the Team Network Corporation in 1992. So I've been at this for over 30 years, organizing and managing business networking groups. We have currently 14 groups in the Washington metropolitan area. We have the exclusive category concept. People certainly lump us in with the BNIs and Leads Clubs of the world. And people join because I can help them meet really quality. We're kind of known for that down-to-earth, friendly, like family. That's our brand, is networking business with pleasure. And we try to keep it real and really truly do develop the kinds of relationships that last a lifetime. That's part of my mission. And it's not just, I still am friends and doing business with people that left Team Network 10 years ago, but that's just the way we like to do business. We try to help people and do with the right thing. And that is oftentimes, it doesn't matter whether they're a member or not, or whether they're paying dues. You do it because you believe in them and you believe you're trying to help someone that needs their services, so.
You're awesome.
If you're interested in learning more about us, go to teamnetwork.com. We've got lots of groups with lots of categories open. And if there's anything that I can do to steer you in the right direction and help you trying to try to find a home with us, I'd love to, of course, do that for you.
Yay. Thanks, Kurt. No, for sure. And he's absolutely right with everything you just said, because you make great connections all across the board. Doesn't matter if they're, I mean, you and I are proof of that. I'm not part of Team Network, although I believe in it and uplift it. And I think it's an amazing organization, and you always put together some great groups of people. So,
Thank you.
so yeah,
Very proud
anything
of it.
anyone else wants to add about networking and what the pros and cons, or some thoughts, or maybe something that's bothering you that maybe you want to put out there to some of the guys who are there all the time, who are here on this call, like Kurt, like Ted, Blaze, we miss seeing you there. I was waiting for you.
He had RSVP'd. I thought I was going to see him as well.
I had something come up and I was planning my trip too. So
He was drinking bourbon. That's what he was doing.
I would just add, Kurt's right on everything he's saying. The key, I think, with networking is going above and beyond. Like you said, it's the follow-up. It's doing the things that other people don't do. I mean, I do it myself in helping people however I can. It's not about a sale. It's about being genuine, high integrity, and getting to be known as the industry expert or whatever you do, and just generally helping people. And I think people can relate to that on a basic level, and being that connector, connecting people to the right person that they're looking for. If you're a good networker, you're a great connector, you have access to a lot of great people, and finding that right match of what somebody's looking for. Like, I think there's a gentleman on here today who would like to get into marketing, and Sage Harper came right to mind. He'd be a great guy to talk to.
Good point.
Who that's his bailiwick. He's a strategic guy on marketing. Great guy for Sean to talk to. So,
Sean, I'll make
Yep.
that connection for you. Did you put your information in the chat? Okay, good. Blaze, I think that's great. Absolutely right what you said. Blaze is amazing, I think, so he's got what he does for a business, but he's always there to ask what he can do for someone else. He's always there to see how he can serve. I think that is key. With, that you call it the giver's game, call it the, you help many people get what they want, and you eventually get what you want. All those things I truly think is a really important thing, and Blaze is super good at that.
Hey, Bernie, you need to put some signs up with your name in your background. So
Yeah.
easy to do. I love Baltimore, and you're right. It's so sad. My daughter actually lived in the row house section there, where the sign, the beer sign with the head. What's the name of that beer? Anyway, it's a part of town you can hardly live in now, and this was just 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's gotten worse, and people are being shot every day, and those weapons are usually unregistered, and those bullets are coming from somewhere. And I was going through my wife's salary the other day, because she is now the primary breadwinner now that I'm retired and campaigning. And literally almost 40% of her salary was going to some form of taxes, and pretty much the same thing with you guys. And as Americans, we need to pay attention to what's going on with our taxes, and we need to help each other. So, I was literally writing the check for DOD to go to DHS in January. I just left my federal job in January, and I just had it up to here. Got to do something different. So, but I appreciate you bringing that up, because if we don't take care of Baltimore, Baltimore's coming for us.
Yeah, it's just spreading. Yeah, it's going to continue to. It's like a cancer. It grows into one neighborhood, into the next, and pretty soon it is. It's dripping down into other cities around the city. It's
just like with your yard or a farm. If you don't take care of the weeds will overtake everything. And there are a lot of good, hardworking Americans that live there, and we need to help. And so that's what I'm doing. May kill me, may break me, but I'm going to do it anyway.
All right.
So I just wanted to add for networking too, and I appreciate that conversation as well. But there are those of us who are introvert extroverts. You know, I'm someone who's always, I've known Kurt, gosh, for a long, long time, even before I knew Natasha, my wife, and I've always known him and my wife. I think they have very similar characteristics in that they genuinely, I mean, from a heart place, love people and really want to serve people. I know I do too, but I know that there are times when I don't. People are the most complicated thing, right? So that's why people love their pets more than they do people. So I think it's okay though to be an introvert extrovert. It's okay to go into, and when I usually went into networking events, and I ran a networking company, kind of a networking marketing company, and I always went to try to see what value I could help people with by understanding what they needed. I was looking for maybe one or two people that personally I might be able to have a collaborative effort into what I was doing and what they were doing. But I really went there to just try to listen and try to understand how I could be of value and how I could connect people. And that was kind of my ability to get over kind of my shyness or maybe my cynicism of people and what they're about. Because if I went there with the intentions of just trying to be a value and help them, then it didn't matter what their motives were. It just was what my motives were. And so I think for those of you who go to these events or see that, you know, try to see how you can be of value to other people. And maybe there's one or two people within that opportunity or that networking event that you can actually collaborate with and maybe do business with, or create another relationship that may lead to business. But I personally didn't necessarily go into events looking for business. I just went to kind of meet people and see how I could help, because I was rather I can be rather shy sometimes. But networking events in general are so important. And what Tasha and Kurt, the two goats, definitely two goats, you should definitely adhere to what they're saying for sure.
Well, networkers are networkers, and you know, people like Ted who's on this call. You know, I visit when I have an opportunity, I visit other groups like this. There's Ted. You know, oh, there's Ted again. Oh my gosh, there's Ted. You know, you want to talk about a guy who shows up, and it's working for him. He wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't. So my hat's off to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, he had to jump off like literally right before you said that.
Oh, too bad. All right.
But it's okay because it's recorded. No. I was even messaging him saying anything you want to say before you go, but anyone else want to add anything they want to ask a question on, feeling funny about, anything, all open on networking or anything else for that matter. Why not?
I'll throw
Kurt, I want to ask Kurt a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So Kurt, you've been running Team Network, like you said, for 30 years. What do people say that they value most about being a part of Team Network?
Well, I think that, you know, that you'd probably get a number of different answers, but I think that this sort of down to earth feels like family, that it's real, that you know, we're not forcing people, you know, with all the rules and have-tos and, you know, quotas and all that. Generally, people come to Team Network because they don't want to do that anymore. They want something where they're treated like a grown-up, and that there are seasoned quality people. I think that you would find if you started visiting the teams, you don't, nothing to take away from our someone who's on the call here today, who's, you know, sort of new at this, but in overall, you know, the highest percentage of our members are seasoned quality entrepreneurs that have a life and a story and want to mix and mingle with people that are like them, and it takes, that's been a 30-year process. And so, and I guess the other thing about Team Network is we're not cookie cutter. I mean, you could find a group that's more social than another one, and one that's more structured. I've got groups that meet every week. I've got groups that meet only in person. I've got groups that only meet online. I've got groups that meet for lunch. I got evening groups. I've got groups that meet once for Zoom and once in person, so depending on the location and the makeup of the group, when they meet, how they meet, what the sort of culture of the group is. When I help start a group, I help them build their dream team. What is the group going to look like? What's the culture going to be like with your group? And so as long as they stay in the lane of the Team Network brand, I'm willing to work with them and help them do that. So whereas other networking groups, they're all run, by the book, and that's fine. And there's obviously, you can't argue with that model, but it's what people are looking for. And I'm trying to answer your question. What do they say about Team Network? Where do they find the value? And I would venture to guess that most people would express those sorts of things.
That's great. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think that you're right. It's that flexibility of it, of having that. And I think that's why, Team Network's there. That's why I do, we do what we do here. So it's the flexibility and but then the parameters are really there too. I mean, Kurt, you and I have talked about working together, and that, it's an easier vision for me than other groups that are more rigid and with those quotas and all. Because I can't, quotas and relationships just don't go for me. It doesn't make any sense,
Right.
Hey, Trin, I saw your hand was up. What would you like to share?
Yes, I just want to add to this discussion. For me, networking is this awesome network of all the professionals, and you don't know that you need them until you need a certain service, like for example, accounting. And so you can pull from this great pool of resources that you have from your various networking groups. So that's one thing. And for me, one of my favorite things I get from networking is just these business relationships. Many of them turn into long-lasting friendships, and I've been asked, for referrals for certain services over the years. And it's such a satisfying feeling to be able to connect, someone with another person for the service that they need. So, and that's what networking is all about.
Agreed. I mentioned that it's not a sprint, that it's a long-term strategy. And one of the ways I also express that is build your network before you need it. If you were one of the people who hadn't built their network before COVID hit, you may not have made it. I mean, I have several team members that said, Kurt, when you started doing those rally points every night at 4 o'clock, when everything started shutting down, and we did it every night from 4 to 5, we called it the rally point. It was just a place for people to come and say, WTF, man. I don't know, everybody was scared to death, didn't know what to do. And, I have members that said, if it wasn't for those rally points, how would I have opened up Maryland and gotten my business going? Or, Karen Arnett, I don't know if you know Karen Arnett, she's another GOAT networker. She's been a team member for over 30 years, even before I incorporated. But she does advertising specialties. And she said I had to shift everything to sanitizers and wipes and masks. And, she completely changed her business. And she said, if it wasn't for Team Network, if I hadn't built my network, and it wasn't just about Team Network, Team Network was just a part of her networking, group of people that she was connected to. But those rally points every night at 4 o'clock, she said, she swears that was a lifesaver for her. So, take your time, build it right, have integrity, follow through, do what you say you're going to do, all those things, because that's where the real deal is.
Exactly.
Show up.
Yep. Absolutely. Good stuff. Anyone else? Sean, how's this hitting you? Coming in from government contracting. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I think there's a sense of, there's a genuine feel here. And I do like the fact that, I mean, people are coming from their personal standpoints. I don't, I haven't gathered what the, if this is more of a social networking meeting, or if this is a, I haven't really gotten the gist of what's here, but the fact that Ted Gill reached out to me immediately just to say, hey, I'll help you. I think there was something to be said about that. And whether this is just a corner where it's a water cooler and everybody's drinking and exchanging ideas, that's great too. But now that I saw like Team Network, is this a social marketing thing, or if
No,
I
think
haven't gathered that yet.
we're just a place to come together with, you know, your businesses, whether you're a small business owner, you're part of a, you know, doing something, or you're an entrepreneur, or you're looking for advice, or you're, you know, it's a platform for all of the above, but it is to share ideas, to uplift one another, to connect, to make connections. Kurt, am I missing anything? Rick?
Well,
Well,
what
at the-
this group is, and that's very much what Team Network is. Just think about it. It's kind of like joining a chamber. People, you know, there's membership dues, and you join just because I can help you meet more people faster, more efficiently, higher quality people than you could on your own. So this is just a place to help jump on the fast track of networking. And Tasha's group is an independent group. Mine is a more formal organization. It's how I make my living. That's how I pay my mortgage.
Yeah, that's the difference between Kurt and I, although I mean, I love Kurt's, there's nothing wrong with making money, and of course, but Rick and I do our health business is that, but C4 is really just a heart-driven place. It's just a place to connect, and I love connecting people. I just love being in that, and I do a lot of that in my other areas of business. So it was, and I've always been a networker and part of networking groups. And I was part of one that closed down, and I had about 25 women at the time who didn't know what to do. So I was like, hey, this isn't, you know, let's create a group. Let's do this. Let's uplift each other. And it just grew from there. That was 4 years ago, Sean.
I think that's
And,
awesome. Like,
yeah.
yeah, that's a great.
So for
gesture.
me, I used to have a membership and all for this, but for now, I've just, it's just a place to come together twice a month and meet great people and share ideas and uplift and, you know, exchange business and make relationships. That's it.
And at the end of the day, you know, we live in one of the best countries in the world because it's a consumer-driven, you know, service-driven economy where we can all flourish. So these small businesses come together so that we can, in the end of the result is, hopefully we can transact some business together with the right fits of what that fit is for each other. So it's an opportunity, it's a platform, all networking platforms. At the end of the day, I think you want to hopefully strike some business with some folks that make sense for each other, right?
Yeah, ROI, it's called ROI. You're investing your time in this group is a time commitment, and that's time is money. You've heard that, right? And if you're not getting a return on that, and you know, usually that's based on dollars you can count in the bank, but it's not always, you know, it's other things too. But and you know, in Team Network, where you're also paying $50 a month to attend and be part of the community, you know, it just has to be, in the end, people won't stick with it if they can't count something.
Correct.
True, true. And I believe in both. I mean, I love, you know, Kurt, there's a reasonable amount. I mean, I always think that, you know, when there's a price there too, it's skin in the game, you know, it's like people are there. Sometimes, you know, if you don't have that, there are times I worry about, you know, there's nothing really holding, but we've been able to build some good relationships. So, you know, it's good for people who are starting out or on a budget or want a place to springboard from, because they know they'll always meet someone like you here or someone else where, you know.
Well, they're here because people want to be part of what you're doing. They believe in you. You know, you're the leader, and you can't teach leadership. That's in your DNA. And people want to be part of what you're doing, and that's why they're here. Then why they stay is because they end up finding real value, and they find out why people want to be part of what you're doing, because there's something real here, and that's providing value to people's lives.
And I think I can attest to most of the people who are part of this and who've been consistently part of this. C4 have made business relationships with other people, have made some lifelong relationships and friendships, but many people and most people have transacted business together. So, and at the end of the day, that's what, you know, we want to do, and people we know, like, and trust, right? We want to do business with those types of people. And that's what this kind of platform and networking platforms in general give you an opportunity to kind of create for yourself.
Yeah, I think this is a great day for you, Sean, to pick to be on a networking event when we're talking about networking events, being where you are in your life right now. So that's called the universe.
Every day is a great day when you get to wake up and breathe, like Maria said. So,
amen.
I definitely don't take it for granted, and just the genuine. This is so genuine that what you're doing is highly appreciated. So, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for being here. So, guys, if there isn't anybody else want to add anything, because then I'll stay respectful of everybody's time and end on time for once. So listen, thank you so much for taking time and being here with us. We definitely want to follow up and have some one-on-ones. I think everybody on here, Sean, Bernie, Michaela, we haven't had ours yet. Connie, we haven't talked for the longest time. And Nick, you and Rick just talked, but we should all connect and do one-on-ones. Kurt, you're on speed dial, so we'll be talking anyway. But thank you guys so much.
And I would suggest too, before we close, look into Team Network. For those of you who are looking for networking opportunities, make sure you connect with Kurt for that, because it is a great organization that's been around for a long time, which shows you the value. If he's been doing this for 30 years, people have been finding value with that organization.
Well, and you get Kurt. You don't, it's not a corporation. You get Kurt, which is really cool. So
thank you.
Thank you
so much, guys. Please keep in touch. Save the chat so you can keep everybody's info. Otherwise, I will send it out if you aren't able to do that. Thanks so much.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week.
Have a good one. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Bye.